Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. Apologies in advance if I sound a little strange when I'm talking today. Had some pretty major dental work done, and I'm still recovering from that. But I wanted to get a video out, so my talking may be at a minimum on this one, just because I'm having trouble with S's in some of my other letters. But having said that, we're into the Battle of Brandy Station, and of course this is one where we use none of our own troops, and we're outnumbered more than 2 to 1. This was, I think, the largest cavalry battle ever fought in the Western Hemisphere. And it's going to be a tricky one to fight because we're going to be surrounded both north and south. And we're outnumbered more than 2 to 1. But we'll try to use the terrain to our advantage and make the best of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting everybody into position here. And we'll try to just prepare as best we can for the arrival of the enemy. Try to throw them off wherever possible. So here we go. I'm going to get all my cavalry dismounted so they can occupy these fortifications. And we'll just try to spread out as evenly as I can here. Try to hold both sides as best I can. I'm not exactly sure where the main attack is going to come from. But as you can see, I'm already outnumbered more than 2 to 1. So no matter where it comes, I'm going to be dealing with a much stronger enemy. Of course, this is the only battle of the Gettysburg campaign on this game. Our next battle will be the Battle of Gettysburg. I'll start speeding things along here until we make contact with the enemy. And here he comes. Alright, so far so good. More cavalry approaching us, of course it is. This is why I wanted Butler facing this way. So he rides in, fires a volley, and then rides out before I can even have a chance to respond. So funny thing here, of course, is that this is Cobb's Legion, and I have a Cobb's Legion in my army, but this is not that unit. This is, of course, the real unit, the one that mine's named after. So far, so good. 2 hours and 20 minutes to go. I've lost just over 100 men. He's lost over 1,000. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring Lee over, even though he won't have cover, just to support Robertson. Because here comes his big infantry brigades. Oh, you know what? Actually, he looks like he may be coming that way, so maybe it's better to keep Lee where he is. And I'm probably going to shift Davis's Legion down, because it looks like these guys are holding their own up on the northern end. But if this infantry unit attacks, I'm going to need everything I can on this side. Wade Hampton's holding his own so far, so is Wickham. Alright, here comes the infantry. And he's going to charge right in there. So I do need to get these guys out here for support. Of course, the artillery is going to help with that. There we go. That should throw him back. He's piling everything he's got into this one spot right now. Robertson may not hold much longer at this rate. No, there he goes. Alright, it's getting pretty heavy here. He's got an infantry brigade up on the top, too. Still, just 400 casualties for me. A little over 2,000 for him. I think we'll be okay. I'll throw the infantry into that fortification. And I'm going to shift Lee up here for now. I'm just going to kind of bounce back and forth. This is a nice thing about this defensive position. It lends itself really well to good interior lines, which allow you to shift units back and forth as needed. All right. Speed things along here for just a minute. A little worried about Wade Hampton. He's taking some pretty heavy casualties. Let me see if I can get Lee up here on Ames's flank. Oh, we have ammo issues. We got supply here. Maybe they're not close enough, or maybe we're out of supply. I don't know. I'll move them over closer. Oop. Move these guys back closer to supply too. I think we're okay. Shift Cobb over here. Deal with that threat. I guess he's decided to give up. Other than Ames. And again, I'm going to try to get Lee on his flank. Alright, run away, run away. He caught me out in the open. Not cool, not cool. Not cool at all. They're going to get torn up. Because they're not mounted. So Lee's in a rough spot because I got caught out in the open, but I think we'll be okay. Lee surrendered. Alright. That was a mistake on my part. I got caught out in the open. He snuck a unit up there that I didn't see. I gotta get Jones over here to replace Hampton, who's low on ammo. Get him over here and he can resupply. Half hour to go. You're going to make one last effort at charging me, but it's not going to amount to anything. So that really went, by and large, pretty well, with the exception of the one mistake with Fitzhugh Lee that got him captured. Otherwise, I did everything I needed to do in this battle. I held the ground, inflicted casualties. Alright, there we go. So, 1,100 casualties for me, 400 missing. Quite a few casualties for him, about 5,000 really if you count the cavalry. It's interesting it says he only had 7,000 men because he had way more than that. not much in the way of captured and rescued, but we're ready for the Battle of Gettysburg. So you can see here I've got almost $500,000 in money to spend. Plenty of money. And about 18,000 troops to go along with about 47,000. So I'm going to take about 65,000 into Gettysburg. And I'm going to be facing an army no bigger than that. That should bode really well for me. Day one at Gettysburg, he's looking at 29,000 men. That number may go up when I start reinforcing my own, but that's fine. I should be in good condition for that. Probably when I'm able to talk a little better, I'll go ahead and go over the build of my army and how things look going into Gettysburg. I'll start getting them set up and ready to go. Obviously, what we're looking at is trying to win a day one victory and destroy as much of his army as possible in the process. So I'm going to load up these 35 brigades here with as many men as possible, and whatever's left over I'll throw into the tomorrow reinforcements just in case. But we'll get set up and ready for that. And let's see, today's Monday. I should be healed up a little better by Tuesday or Wednesday, and I can come back and do the Battle of Gettysburg. I've got some more shout-outs to do at that point for some more sponsors and some more people who have decided to become patrons of the channel, which is greatly appreciated. I'll have more to say about that when I can talk a little more. In the meantime, if you just want to check out some of those links below, I'd appreciate that. And if you'd hit that thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that as well. We will be back with the Battle of Gettysburg. I may still yet go back and revisit Chancellorsville just to see what happens if we drag it out and try to inflict more casualties. Maybe I'll do that next before I get into Gettysburg. I'll have to think about that a little bit. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. I welcome all your comments and questions and observations. Keep those coming. As I always say, I don't always respond to every single one because there's a lot lately, but I do read every one of those. So I appreciate them whether I respond or not. Please know I do appreciate that. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again soon.